That is what November is all about. I may have to sit down before I fall out of this tree.
Welcome to November.
That is awesome. That's what we're here.
Are you kidding? November 17th, baby.
Are you kidding?
Let's go.
Oh. 305 dead. 305 dead. That is insane. I've never had that. What's Buster? I am a wreck.
He is down.
That's Buster Douglas right there. I'm shaking so bad. He's a giant. Dude, I'm shaking. Oh my God, can you believe that?
Chasing November Season 7 begins now. The 2020 season was truly one for the ages for many reasons. Almost every member of the team tagged at least one great buck or had an encounter worth telling their grandchildren about. The crew is well aware that it will take a large amount of good fortune to overturn 2020's title of greatest season ever. Although the previous year's events forged lifelong memories that will certainly never be forgotten, a seemingly eternal winter quickly turns everyone's attention toward the next chapter. Although we weren't fortunate enough to watch his 2020 season unfold on the big screen, a familiar face returns after a single season hiatus. Unlike the 2019 season when it seemed the odds were always stacked against him, during the 2020 season the stars aligned on nearly every sit he made. Despite not having a camera present to capture the moment, Owen Riegler experienced what he believed to be his best season ever, tagging 3 great bucks. The first score of the hat trick came just 2 days into the bow season, as he harvested the buck known as Picket Fence. With 5 years of history, the culmination of the Picket Fence story headlines as Owen's longest quest for a single deer. Even after fulfilling his main goal, Owen capped off the 2020 season by harvesting 2 more trophy whitetails. Looking ahead to the 2021 season, Owen has his sights set on several world-class animals. Atop the list is a 7.5-year-old buck Owen calls Wolverine. Given the buck's frequent visits to a small clover field, Owen plants numerous strategic plots adjacent to the clover, ensuring that he will be able to hunt every possible wind direction. Next on the roster is a giant framed 8-pointer, also believed to be 7.5 years old. After months of steady summer surveillance, Owen is confident that he knows the most likely location where this chess match will take place. Last but not least, after acquiring a new piece of ground, recent intel from the previous landowner provides yet another promising target. A heavy mainframe 10-pointer Owen has dubbed Stickers due to the numerous extra tines he carried the prior year. Also coming off a phenomenal season, Jared Mills hopes that he too will be able to call the upcoming year his best ever. In his 2020 campaign, Jared tagged 3 great bucks. The first came on an early season trip down south for the opening week of the Kentucky season. An opening afternoon hunt led to an encounter with a beautiful buck. Jared not only took his first out-of-state whitetail, but his first ever velvet buck. The second buck to fall to Jared's arrows in 2020 was a 5-year-old 10-pointer, easily distinguished by his abnormally dark eyes. In true Jared Mills fashion, the final act in the chase for the black-eyed 10 was far from routine. An epic self-filmed bow hunt allowed Jared to harvest the buck, concluding an incredible 3-year quest. Just a few short weeks after punching his second tag of the season, Jared tied a ribbon on his year by tagging another buck of legendary status. After a long game of cat and mouse, using the concealment of a ghillie suit and the cover of a brush pile, Jared underwent arguably one of the most intense encounters to date, finally arrowing the Big Ten. This 2-year saga requiring out-of-the-box strategies and several staged ground attacks led Jared to realize that even modern hunters should not confine themselves to a tree stand or a blind. After the highs of the previous season, Jared now focuses his efforts on a tract of land he believes will hold several mature bucks this fall. Reminiscing on several prior encounters with younger, impressive deer, Jared spends his summer hanging stands and planting food plots throughout the property. Months of sweat are beginning to pay off as trail camera photos reveal the location of a promising crop of bucks. The presence of these incredible specimens makes this property a likely venue for Jared's hunts this fall. Speaking of properties likely to hold several great bucks, let's not skip past the infamous River Farm. This year's numerous quality food sources add an extra level of excitement for the season to come. There are two likely candidates expected to visit the farm this year, the first being an 8.5-year-old legend who, for the first time in history, left behind a single shed antler, ensuring that his presence is not to be ignored. Sporting his largest rack ever, Marino has made his return. Secondly, and not in any lesser fashion, the giant frame buck that tortured both Jared and Mike the year before also left behind a single memento. This offers a glimpse of hope that the chase for Dak will shortly resume. Mike Reed's 2020 season was also far from quiet as he harvested multiple bucks worthy of a place on his wall. During a mid-October cold front, Mike released an arrow from the cherry tree, breaking the ice on the newly acquired home farm with the buck he calls Turkeyfoot. Going back to his roots in Louisiana, Mike then made the long trek south to hunt near his old stomping grounds. On the final day of the trip, Mike was able to harvest a mature bayou buck. After returning to Iowa for the remainder of the season, Mike turned his focus to a small tract of land where he left several acres of standing beans. A heavy blizzard on the first afternoon of the new year helped Mike fill his final tag of the season. After purchasing additional acres adjacent to his existing property, a spring photo of a potential giant further motivates Mike into preparing the home farm for another productive year. By the end of the summer, stands are hung and food plots are planted while the mysterious buck blossoms into a freakish beast carrying a huge set of antlers with over a dozen scoreable points. Mike can only hope that the buck he now calls Chubbs will remain on the property throughout the hunting season. Mike's other primary goal on the home farm is to help his oldest daughter tag a tumor-faced buck, making his appearance for the third straight year. After naming the buck the previous season, Bella Reed now has her heart set on hunting patient X. Last but certainly not least, two new faces to the Midwest Whitetail team are readying themselves for the upcoming season. After accepting full-time jobs following their internship in 2019, Max Mongrello and Grant Noble have been given the opportunity to log their own hours in the tree this year. If you remember, both guys harvested awesome deer in the 2020 season, but now, with more time to hunt, they feel it is worth their time to acquire even more permission ground. The duo wastes no time in beginning the ambitious task of gaining access, and by the end of the summer, they piece together an impressive list of properties that are home to several great bucks. The early September archery opener in Kentucky offers one of the country's best whitetail opportunities. Grant Noble knows this as well as anyone, having grown up in the south central part of the state. With visions of velvet antlered giants, Grant and Jared Mills pack up their gear and head south from their Iowa homes, hoping to connect on a bluegrass buck.
Alright, here we go. Opening day down in Kentucky. And man, it feels so good to be back in a tree. Gavin and I are all set up. We definitely didn't pick the easiest tree to hang in, but it's in this little island that we're looking at a map and thought it'd be a good little spot. We can shoot on almost all sides of the tree right here. Bunch of poison ivy all over this, just sweating up a storm, making noise. Typical opening day fiasco, but we're settled in. It just feels good to be 20 foot up again. This property that we're hunting is one that Grant got permission on, and we've only been running cameras for like a week, maybe 2 weeks, and so far we just have a lot of just, solid bucks. There's nothing that really jumps out. There's just a lot of like borderline shooters, and obviously this is Kentucky, so I'm not trying to compare it to Iowa. but there's just a lot of borderline shooters, so we don't really know what to expect. We're both set up in what we think are good locations based on the cameras and just the terrain. This property, a bunch of big ridges that fall down to this big open field, and tonight there's basically no wind, and so we're playing thermals to fall down this low spot behind us. Matt and Grant and Gavin got here before I did last night, so they came out here, and in addition to checking cameras, they also glassed this big bottom field. It's just basically a big hay field, but there's some clover in it, and we wanted to see what was coming out. And they filmed a lot of deer, and again they filmed a decent amount of good bucks, and they kind of came from everywhere, but some of the better bucks came from the CRP that's behind us. And so we're trying to really keep an eye on that hillside, and hopefully we didn't do too much damage making noise coming in here, because like I said earlier, the wind's just completely calm. But whether or not we see a shooter, I'm just excited to be hunting again. It seems like it's been forever, and now it's here, and it'll probably fly by, so I'm going to try to enjoy it. So we'll see how it goes.
Alright, well, it is September 4th, which means it is opening day here in Kentucky, and I cannot be more excited to be in the tree right now. Jared, myself, and the boys made the trip down here yesterday. This is actually my old stomping grounds. This is where I grew up here in Kentucky. So this has quickly become one of my favorite trips of the year, just coming down here, hanging out with family and friends, and getting to hunt is just icing on the cake for me. So it's a beautiful night. This is a property that I haven't hunted actually since I was probably 14 or 15 years old. So I'm really excited to hunt this again. It's a big piece of property with a hayfield that runs east and west in the middle of it. And there's a lot of these coves, like you can see on my left shoulder right here, that feed out into the big hayfield. And there's a lot of clover in these coves. We already have a few deer that stepped down into the field. Hopefully it's going to be a good night tonight. I got you. Shooter. Yeah. And another. He's the one that's in the back right now, I think. What are the chances?
Dude, that was wild.
What are the chances?
Why did they do that?
Well, night one in Kentucky is an eventful one for sure. I cannot believe that just happened. We had 3 or 4 does feeding in this little cove that we're in, and I could see some of the does start to look back in the timber. And about that time I looked over there, I saw the first buck come out, and there ended up being 4 bucks. And how we're set up is the biggest part of the cove is out in front of us, and it kind of pinches right where we're at. It goes into the hayfield. And as soon as they got in the pinch, that lead buck that I was going to shoot first one ran through, they all started running through. I tried to stop them, but they weren't stopping. But they got past me, and my wind is blowing straight down. It's disappointing, but also fun hunt. For sure.
That first one looks pretty mature. He doesn't look super young. Oh, I'd shoot that velvet one. No, the one behind it. Alright, it's 7:08 right now, which is sunset time, so we don't have much light left. But we just got the blood pumping pretty good. We saw a deer that I would definitely shoot. He's still in full velvet. I don't know exactly where they came down the hill at. My first glimpse of them was the hardhorn buck in front, which was a solid deer too. Went and worked the scrape and kept going north, and that velvet buck was behind him along with another little buck. They can't be too far away, but they're working away from us. So we're going to hang in, but chances aren't great that they're going to come back by. But that's all you can ask for, is see a good buck like that on the first night. We got a little bit of time left, so we'll see what happens.
Despite both Grant and Jared having mature buck encounters to kick off their trip, the action is short-lived. The duo spend the remainder of their trip bouncing around the property, hoping to slip within bow range of a deer worth taking back to Iowa. Hunting a farm that Grant hasn't seen in several years complicates the task. 3 grueling days of warm and humid conditions end the trip. In nearly every state across the country, youth hunters are the first to enter the woods each season. As it should be, this provides many eager youngsters the opportunity to try their hand at harvesting a deer that is still unpressured and ideally clinging to its summer feeding patterns. On September 21st, Mike Reed's eldest daughter Bella is up to bat.
I'm just excited to be out. Nice weather. Let's see if we can get one. Let's go for a walk.
What is Tuesday, September 21st, the first day of fall. And right in time, we have a nice cold front come through last night. The high today is 71. And we got high pressure and a northwest wind. Beautiful afternoon. Bella got dropped off at my office after work, and we have slipped out to the home farm. Her primary deer she really wants to shoot this year is Patient X. But I've got a number of mature bucks. We've got Big Mac. We've got a really big framed 8. That was a nice 4-year-old last year, and he started showing up right here on this food plot. I've got 2 cameras on the fence line. He showed up last week or 10 days ago with the front that we had then, so he could pop up tonight. And then there's another buck that's like a big mainframe 7-point that we've filmed quite a few times in velvet this past summer, and he's been working these scrapes as well. I still have not seen any signs of techs, but this is the spot that he typically shows up first, and he typically shows up the end of September, so
there is an off chance that he just kind of pops up too. You know, these fronts this time of year can really get him up. And these beans, while in the last 3 to 5 days, they've really started to yellow and defoliate. This field and the field behind us were planted about 14 days behind the rest of the farm because of rain this past spring. So these are the most green beans on the farm. And we'll see. I mean, they look pretty good. And hopefully one of these big bucks shows up tonight, right?
Mm-hmm.
You ready to take one down? You've been waiting patiently.
Mm-hmm.
All right, good luck. Let's get it done.
Mm-hmm.
Look through the scope. Look at the screen right here. He's on the other side of the fence. He's just in the grass right there. If he goes too far that way, he's gonna get our wind. Hopefully we're bottled up enough. That is a nice deer. Dude, he must have been bedded right there. Look, I think he just stood up. He certainly acted like that's what happened. Here comes Don's father. You gotta be kidding me. I hear it. With that blood screen, it might be alright. Well, it got exciting there for a second. It's about 5:40, and one of our target bucks tonight just stood up out of his bed at 75 yards, right on the other side of the fence along the creek. And that's exactly what he did last time a cold front came through. I can't remember exactly what day it was, but it's probably 10 to 14 days ago. We had a cold front come through, and that was actually the first pictures I've got of him this year. Was 5:30, 5:45 right here on this scrape that's 50 yards in front of the blind. And we were just talking about strategies and things and shooting, and I look up out the window and I just could just see his head. And he was surveying the food plot. I imagine, you know, he was going to jump the fence and come eat some beans or work the scrape or whatever. But unfortunately, the farmer that I bought this ground from, he lives right here next door still, and he rode the four-wheeler through, and the deer ran back into the bedding area. So hopefully it's early enough and he comes work his way back out, or one of these other bucks makes an appearance before it gets dark. We still got not quite 2 hours to go, so plenty of time. First deer in the field, shooter buck. Amazing what a cold front will do. So far good set. Let's shoot him, baby.
Yeah, let's shoot him.
Yeah, let's shoot him. Barrel, red dot, black means red. Barrel, red dot, black means red. Barrel, red dot, black means red. Look at him. 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 Oh, Bella. Oh, Bella. Bella. Bella, I love you so much.
Daddy.
You did it, baby.
You did it. You did it.
I did it.
You did it. You overcame your fear. You were afraid. Huh? And you did so awesome. And you made a perfect shot. He's already dead. He's already dead. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. Can I have a hug? Can I have a hug? Oh, baby. I know you were scared. You did so good. You did so good. You did so good. That's a big old deer.
So that couldn't have worked out any better. I just looked at the GoPro timer. That was 37 minutes. That was the same buck that had popped out at 5:40, and then when the farmer drove by, he kind of went into the brush. We saw him one other time after he had passed by on the four-wheeler, but he went away from us down to the creek, and I said, well, you know, it's early and hopefully he pops back out. And then I was actually setting up a GoPro out the window to do a time lapse, and Rye says, he's back in that corner. And he jumped the fence and just like slowly, I mean, it took 37 minutes, and I wanted him to get right here, right in front of us. There's a scrape, and I knocked down the beans right there so Bella would be able to see his body, and that's why we didn't shoot that whole time, because you can only see the top half of his body, and she's pretty anxious, and I wanted to have a little more room for error, and she just did great. So awesome, super pumped. Giant 8-pointer, got some character points at the bases. Got good history with that deer, so let's get down and go take a look at him. What do you think?
Yeah.
All right. All right, you can go ahead.
He was like right here.
Yeah, he was,
Like messing around with these twigs.
I mean, he didn't make it anywhere.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Mama! I got a deer! Wow, Isabel! Did you get the deer that you wanted to get? No, I didn't get Patient X. I got an 8-pointer.
A bigger one. He's way bigger than Patient X.
He's super fat.
We got our buck dragged out of the beans and out in the open here. Got him tagged up. What a beautiful deer. This buck is, you know, I think he's a 5.5-year-old. I got a lot of pictures of him last year. He actually looked very, very similar to this. Looked like a pretty classic 4.5. Didn't change a whole lot this year. Just a great big frame, beautiful deer. Got a great summer coat on him. And you know, we got beans here. I wrapped it in plot screen since I didn't have, you know, tall corn. As you saw it in the video, the farmer that I bought this from still uses this farm road to cut through to his other piece of property. And we try to communicate, it just doesn't always work. So he popped through today when this buck was actually out. And thankfully it was early enough that he made a reappearance. But I used the plot screen to sort of help the deer not just have a direct, uninterrupted sight of the ATVs and UTVs going up and down the road here. I've watched him multiple times. They're really used to him driving up and down the road, and so a lot of the deer will sit in the food plot and just watch him buzz by and not really move, and he didn't go very far. I mean, he just went like 20 yards to the left and then ended up coming back in the thicket for a little bit and came out. The other thing I'd like to talk about is just the struggles we've had with the gun. Bella did an amazing job tonight. I'm really proud of her. We've been kind of battling this, wouldn't you say, for a while. She shot her first deer when she was 6, and we practiced with the 22 a lot, and then she ended up, I loaded down the muzzle loader and she killed a deer. And then the next year, she shot a doe. Actually, Max was filming that. Didn't have it shouldered really well, and it kind of scarred her. I mean, she was, I was afraid I had ruined it, you know, and I had messed up, but we took a year off. She was pretty nervous to shoot even the 22 after that. Last year, got her excited with the crossbow. Her little sisters were shooting the crossbow. She moved up, started shooting that, and then we had a great, successful late season. And then this past spring, I got a little 20 gauge, and we managed to get behind a gun again, have some success in the turkey woods. And so this year, I talked to a lot of guys about options here in Iowa, and the 350 Legend little compact gun was what everybody recommended. So I picked one up a month ago, and we started shooting. And really, you know, we start out with the 17,
just to get used to the noise and all that, and then we moved up. I really wanted her to shoot it before we came out, and she actually shot 16 rounds this past week, and started out really strong, no flinch, no nothing, and just shooting the target up great. We're just trying to hone in the scope for her. And then as the days went on, she kind of got a little afraid of the gun and didn't want to shoot it anymore. And I was afraid we weren't going to make it out this youth season. There was a lot of talking back and forth. And just Friday, we managed to get the box out, get the target out, and talk through everything and how she can do it and it doesn't hurt her and how she's capable. She kept saying she was thinking about that muzzle loader. And I'm really proud of how she worked through it. Even tonight when the buck came out and I said, hey, this is a shooter, you could tell she got kind of quiet and she was nervous about whether or not she could do it. And you know, she made a perfect shot. Deer didn't go 20 yards. And you could tell in the video how excited we were just because we sort of overcame some of that fear and anxiety about shooting the gun at a deer. So pretty awesome, really proud dad here. Bella's 10 this year. And she's turning into quite the little hunter. She's got some great bucks under her belt, and she's really patient and does a good job behind the weapon. So I'm pumped. September 21st, we got a great buck down. But what a great way to kick off the year. Ryan did an awesome job laying down the footage, and doesn't get much better than this.
Urban hunting is another unique opportunity that allows bow hunters to enter the woods before the traditional October 1st opener. These small tracts of land can provide great hunting for those that brave the early season heat. On September 23rd, one of those brave hunters is Brandon Witten as he settles into his evening location.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. It's September 23rd, and I'm just getting set up for another urban hunt. Last night I hunted the Nebraska plot. Tonight I'm hunting the Clover plot where most of these bucks been frequenting. I'm being real quiet because these bucks could be just bedded on the southwest corner of this food plot. It's real tight to bedding, and I thought I heard a deer actually gob over there, so I was pretty quiet to get in the stand. I've been real cautious in my movements. This stand kind of is off the clover, but it still sticks out like a sore thumb because there's just not a whole lot of back cover. I just had at 2 o'clock one of the bucks run through this clover plot that's been running with Buster. He's like that goofy A with a real tall brow. So I know he's over here in this bedding. I haven't had Buster for a couple days now, but a couple nights ago I had him in this food plot after hours, sparring with some other bugs, just right after shooting light. I'm gonna get a few last adjustments here in the tree stand, and then we'll bring you guys the action hopefully tonight.
Brandon's #1 target, Buster, is a no-show this afternoon. Despite not seeing the urban legend, Brandon's trail camera photos keep him confident that the buck will soon make a daylight appearance on the clover plot.
Whether or not we see a shooter, I'm just excited to be hunting again. It seems like it's been forever, and now it's here, and it'll probably fly by, so I'm going to try to enjoy it.
This has quickly become one of my favorite trips of the year, just coming down here, hanging out with family and friends.
Barrel red dot black means red.
Look at him. Look at him. Pretty awesome. Really proud dad here. Bella's 10 this year,
and she's turning into quite the little hunter. She's got some great bucks under her belt. I'm pumped. September 21st, we got a great buck down.
I haven't had Buster for a couple days now, but a couple nights ago I had him in this food plot after hours.
Seasons all throughout the country are either open or preparing to do so. For hunters, this means we must make our final preparations in sight of the long-awaited beginning. Although the opportunity at a prized animal is not out of reach, early season success is no easy feat. Fortunately, as the clock ticks, the odds will eventually swing in our favor. These are the days we are really preparing for, the days when we will finally be chasing November.